gardeners, my name is Sarah, Dakota County Master Gardener. Today I'd like to talk about some of the creatures in our garden. Have you noticed that we share our space with other animals? Some are bigger, like bunnies and squirrels, and even as big as deer. Some are small, like ants and worms underneath the soil. Some of our creatures stay above and crawl around with us, or even go up in the trees. Some of our creatures remain below the soil. All of the living creatures in our gardens make up our ecosystem. There are some things we can do in our gardens to help our garden creatures. One fun project is to make a bug hotel. Some important pollinators like solitary bees and wasps need a place to rest for the winter and lay their eggs. You can make your bug hotel a piece of art, or you can keep it pretty simple like mine. I've gathered some sticks and some leaves and some pine cones. Maybe you have some straw or some grass that you can fill in. What we want to do is make some of the nooks and crannies available for our guests, or some bees will actually dig out the inside of the stems and make their nests in there to lay their eggs. Place your bug hotel in a sheltered spot. If you are trying to attract solitary bees, you may want to find a warm, sunny place that they like, or you may want to find more of a shady, cooler place for other pollinators. Other things you can do in the fall, when you have the stems from your plants, leave those, maybe a coneflower or your hosta plants, leave those up for the winter and pollinators will be able to nest in those also. Or you can cut the stems but then lay them on the ground and leave them alone until spring. When it comes to nesting spots for pollinators, they have a do not disturb sign on their hotel. We're going to leave them alone until spring. You can also include native plants in your garden to help out beneficial insects. Many have evolved to get nutrition from specific plants that have grown in our area for a very long time. You can see some larvae have been on this Joe Pye weed in my garden and gotten their nutrition. Do you see the nest the birds made in my tree? Sometimes the best thing we can do for our garden creatures is to leave them alone. We can watch from a distance, but it's best not to disturb animal nests. All garden creatures benefit from water, especially when the weather's been hot and dry. You may have a bird bath in your yard or garden, and another thing we can do is a puddle dish for butterflies. I have a few stones for the butterflies and other pollinators to perch on, and then I'm going to set it up. If you can have some shelter from the wind, that will help too. And put fresh water. We want to make sure the water's clean to keep our pollinators and other thirsty garden creatures healthy. You could put some sand in there too, and that would help out the butterflies to get their essential salts. These are just a few of the ways we can be good partners with the other creatures that visit and live in our gardens. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.